Homeland Security agents converging on the home of Sean Diddy Combs.
Now, officials confirm the raid is tied to a sex trafficking investigation.
Today, the feds raided homes in Los Angeles and Miami that belong to rap mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs. And tonight, we hear those raids are linked to possible sex trafficking.
Man, it's like Diddy's world is crashing down around him right now. Homeland Security raided not one, but two of his homes, one in LA and the other in Miami. They're accusing him of running a freaking sex trafficking ring. And get this, his ex, Cassie, spilled the beans on his dirty deeds first. She actually took him to court over all the messed up stuff he did to her, and he settled real quick. But that's not all. Another woman sued him, saying he violated her when she was underage. Plus, his ex-producer Lil Rod's come out swinging, claiming Diddy's running a whole trafficking operation, even involving minors. And on top of that, he's got accusations flying at him about illegal guns, drugs, and hidden cameras in his crib. Sounds like he's straight out of a Jeffrey Epstein nightmare. I'm telling you, there's a bunch of these Epstein types lurking in the industry, keeping big shots in line with their shady recordings. I wish they'd all get exposed, not just Diddy. Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon's another one, accused of some messed up stuff with kids. And get this, when Homeland Security came knocking, Diddy apparently ditched his mansion, leaving his kids behind. Like, seriously? Homeland Security ain't no joke. They roll in with guns blazing. He could have put his kids in real danger. People say he hopped on a jet to some private island, but turns out he was just pacing outside Miami airport. Dude was probably trying to skip the country, but got busted. So apparently Diddy's facing some serious heat from the feds. They raided his cribs in LA and Miami on Monday, all part of a big investigation into human trafficking. Word is, they're looking into some hefty allegations, including assault and even trafficking. Diddy's been hit with civil lawsuits over this stuff before, but he's always denied it. The feds came in heavy too, rolling up in armored vehicles and everything. They were after documents, phones, computers, you name it, anything that might have dirt on Diddy. And get this, they even thought he had armed security at his places. It's all part of this ongoing investigation into sex trafficking. HSI's been tight-lipped, just saying it's part of their operation. Diddy's camp hasn't said squat about it yet. Guess we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Lawsuits had made allegations of sex trafficking. Man, it's getting real messy for Diddy out here. He's been slapped with not one, not two, but 3 lawsuits accusing him of sex trafficking. Dude's been denying it left and right, but the feds are digging into all of it. But let's get into the one that kicked things off, Cassie's lawsuit. Let's rewind the clock back to August 2006, when Cassie dropped her debut album, backed by none other than Diddy's Bad Boy Records. Diddy had his hands all over it, producing and even hopping on a remix of her banger Me and You with Young Jock. Talk of Diddy and Cassie being more than just business buds started buzzing in 2007. That's around the time Cassie became the face of Diddy's fashion line, Sean John. But even with folks gossiping, Diddy and Cassie kept things low-key until 2012 when they finally went public. They chose fancy events like Kanye's Paris Fashion Week gig and Diddy's own Paris Fashion Week shindig to spill the beans. The engagement rumor mill started churning in 2014 when Diddy dropped an Instagram post flashing a diamond ring, but he quickly deleted it. Things hit a rough patch in December 2015, and they split for a bit. In August 2016, TMZ caught wind of a nasty spat between Diddy and Cassie in LA, with Diddy snatching Cassie's phone. Cops got involved, and it got labeled a domestic incident.
I was in Vegas.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's nothing. That's a good lie to say in Vegas. Let's go get married right now. That ain't nothing. In Vegas?
I mean, I got proposed to.
Oh, they proposed to you.
On the family front, Diddy was talking about wanting more kids in a 2017 chat on The Breakfast Club. But by 2018, he and Cassie called it quits, with the public catching on in October. Cassie moved on with her trainer, Alex Fine, as she showed off on Instagram in December 2018. Then, surprise, surprise, Cassie and Alex dropped the bombshell in September 2019 about expecting and tying the knot. Their first daughter, Frankie Fine, popped into the world on December 6, 2019. Followed by another girl, Sunny Fine, on March 22, 2021. But wait, there's a twist. Cassie just recently filed some heavy-duty legal action against Diddy, accusing him of some serious stuff like rape, abuse, and being super controlling during their time together. Their legal beef got squashed real quick though. Just a day after Cassie laid down those accusations, they settled it up. The deets of the deal are under wraps, but Cassie's all about handling this her own way, and Diddy, aka Mr. Love, sent his well wishes with a touch of warmth. It all kicked off on Thursday, November 16, 16th when Cassie filed her lawsuit, spilling a decade's worth of alleged abuse and violence in her relationship with Diddy. He's firing back, saying she's just trying to shake him down, but the drama didn't stop there. Cassie's lawyer praised her for speaking out, dropping bombshell accusations that Diddy raped and attacked her when she was 19 and he was 37. The lawsuit even gets into substance abuse and Diddy's control freak tendencies. Before they settled, Cassie's lawyer claimed Diddy tried to throw some serious cash her way to shut her up, but Cassie wasn't having it. She's standing up for women dealing with similar stuff in silence. Word on the street is Cassie wanted a cool $30 million before they settled, and she was threatening to spill all the tea in a tell-all book. Diddy's lawyers calling it straight-up blackmail though, saying the lawsuit's just a bunch of lies. According to Cassie's lawsuit, Diddy was pulling the strings in every part of her life, even digging into her medical records. She says his aggression and pill pushing led to memory loss and bruises. Cassie tried to bounce in 2016, but it got real messy. Cops got called, but she didn't press charges because she was scared of Diddy's temper. After fights, Diddy would try to make nice with fancy gifts, but Cassie ended up hiding out in hotels to heal up. The lawsuit gets dark, talking about Diddy's alleged abuse, not just towards Cassie, but other exes like Kim Porter too, as claimed by his former bodyguard. It paints a picture of a controlling dude who doesn't like anyone talking to his girl.
She thought Puff was messing around. I guess like she started talking to the dude from EPMD. He came to see her, and Puff beat up till she got up under the, beat her literally till she tried to run up under the car.
Some folks even say Diddy's got a mean streak, like when Cassie was chatting with rapper Kid Cudi during a break in 2012. Diddy got heated, even threatening to wreck Kid Cudi's ride. Weirdly enough, Kid Cudi's car did blow up in his driveway. Bottom line, Diddy's got some serious issues behind that Love Combs facade. Cassie's been through it all and isn't holding back. So there's this unsettling video floating around showing Diddy and Cassie in a pretty messed up situation. Cassie seems really shaken up and trying to avoid him, raising some serious red flags.
What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby, it's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
But it's not just physical stuff going down. Diddy's accused of dragging Cassie into some shady dealings with other guys, even getting off on watching her with them. It gets wild. Cassie apparently got roped into doing some explicit stuff dubbed freak-offs for cash while being in a vulnerable state. And get this, Diddy supposedly recorded it all, using it to control her and threatening to spill the beans if she spoke up. Trying to break free from this toxic cycle wasn't easy for Cassie. Diddy's described as this scary force, cutting her off from her support system and even barging into her place and forcing himself on her in 2018. Even after she finally left him, Diddy's still all up in her business, trying to keep tabs on her every move. This whole mess shines a light on the dark side of the entertainment world, showing how Diddy's dodged consequences for way too long. There was always talk about the NYPD quietly looking into things, suggesting Cassie might not be the only one suffering. It's got folks thinking about how deep this rabbit hole goes and why we all need to pay attention. Plus, there's chatter about Kim Porter's death, with people wondering if there's more to the story than meets the eye. It's no wonder that the Homeland Security is now raiding Diddy's houses. It's not just Cassie caught up in this whirlwind. There are whispers about Diddy's involvement with other artists like Young Miami and some questionable stuff behind the scenes. Reports of sketchy situations and explicit acts raise some serious ethical questions about what folks are willing to do for success. The bottom line is, we need to keep our integrity intact even when the industry's pushing us to compromise. And in light of Cassie's legal move, 3 artists from Diddy's label have stepped up to show their support. Aubrey O'Day, Don Richard, and D Woods from Danity Kane are all rallying behind Cassie, even though they might not know all the details. It's a strong statement considering their ties to Diddy's label, and it's shining a spotlight on the dark side of the industry. Speaking of which, there's some serious discontent brewing among artists under Diddy's label. Mace, a former Bad Boy artist, went public with some serious accusations against Diddy, saying he's been shortchanged and mistreated. He's not the only one speaking out. Freddie P from Da Band's echoing those same sentiments, saying Diddy should have done right by the artist who helped build up Bad Boy. It's a messy situation all around, showing the struggles artists face and sparking a bigger conversation about fairness in the music biz. The very last person on the list of people who've been done dirty by Didster is Lil Rod, the producer. So Lil Rod's throwing down a massive $30 million lawsuit against Diddy, Justin Dior Combs, that's Diddy's son, and even Lucian Charles Grange, bigwig at Universal Music Group. The allegations are heavy. Lil Rod says Diddy's been physically and mentally messing working with him for over a year, and he's not holding back. It all kicked off when Lil Rod agreed to work on Diddy's album back in 2023. He claims Diddy had him under some unwritten work-for-hire deal, basically making him live with him on his yacht and in his cribs. But things went south real quick. According to Lil Rod, Diddy started pressuring him into recording stuff, making creepy advances, and even trying to push him into some shady stuff with another producer, Stevie J. He says Diddy dangled fame and fortune at the Grammys if he played ball, but Lil Rod wasn't having it. He says he faced some humiliating situations, including with Young Miami's cousin or assistant, and even Cuba Gooding Jr., and that's not all. He claims he's got hours of footage showing Diddy and his crew doing some real shady stuff, like giving booze and drugs to minors and other illegal activities. Now here's where it gets wild. Lil Rod says he was at Chalice Recording Studios in LA during a shooting back in 2022. He claims Diddy told him to lie to the cops about it, blaming it on some drive-by. But Lil Rod's got evidence. He says he's still got the bloody clothes from that day, and he's got screenshots showing what really went down. He's also throwing more accusations, like saying Diddy's son, Christian, was drugging and assaulting women. And get this, he's accusing Diddy of trying to use his connection with Bishop T.D. Jakes to clean up his mess after Cassie Ventura's lawsuit blew up last year. After all this drama, Diddy stepped down from his gig at Revolt TV, the media company he helped start. Lil Rod's not letting up though. He's calling out Love Records, Motown, and UMG for cashing in on his work without paying up. But Diddy's lawyers clapping back hard, calling Lil Rod a liar and saying he's just after a payday. They're claiming they've got the receipts to prove it, but Lil Rod's lawyers dodging their calls. Looks like we're in for a showdown in court. Diddy's been a big shot in the music scene for ages, but along with his success came a lot of drama. From legal battles to some serious allegations, it's been a wild ride for him. Let's see how this lawsuit plays out.